Welcome to this quick tutorial on how to decipher what tempo variables mean. Here I'm showing a tempo NO2 file, just a single level 2 file that I've downloaded. And this is showing all the variables in the file. This can be quite intimidating for someone who hasn't used satellite data before. So I'm going to give a quick tutorial of which variables are important and what they all mean. So when you open up the file here, I am using an IDL interface to open up this browser. We can see a lot of different variable names. These at the bottom here, these are all the global variables that may or may not be relevant to what you're working on. For the to save a little bit of time, I'm not going to go out over all these variables down here, but the ones that are going to be most important will be in this product folder. So the file has variables, but also has a folder that stores variables as well, which could be different than some other products that you've been using. So we click this product folder here. The main variable that most people are going to be using is what's called the vertical column troposphere. So this is the value of NO2 that is going to be most relevant for most projects. If you want to compare to total columns, you just add up this vertical column troposphere with this vertical column stratosphere, and you will get that total vertical column. The second variable that's going to be of importance will be this main data quality flag. For tempo data, we want that set to 0. For all pixels that have a main data quality flag of 0, that is good, and we can use that data. This is a little bit different than other satellite data sets, which use different ways to monitor their quality of their data. The second folder that's going to be of interest to you is going to be this geolocation folder. There's 4 particular variables here that are going to be of relevance. We have the center of the latitude. We have the latitude bound. So these are the 4 corners of the pixel. Here's the longitude, the center of the longitude of the pixel, and then finally the 4 longitude points of the corners of the pixel. So these 4 variables will also be relevant for you to open and download. Finally, there's one other variable that's going to be important for you to download, and that happens to be in this support data folder here. There's a lot of what I would perceive to be interesting variables here, such as the AMF or the fitted slant column, but we're not going to be talking about that in this tutorial. The main variable of relevance here would be this effective cloud fraction. For most applications, we want to use a pretty strict cloud fraction filter. The recommended filter for NO2 is somewhere around 0.15. So any scenes that have more than 0.15 the fraction of clouds, we'll want to screen that out. So that is another variable that you're going to want to open up and click. Of course, there's other information here, but these are the main variables that you'll want to open up if you're trying to plot the data. The effective cloud fraction, which is in the support data folder, the vertical column troposphere, and the main data quality flag. Those are also 2 variables of relevance. And then finally, those 4 geolocation ones that I have mentioned. So if you open those variables, you can develop plots such as this one. The level 2 files will have the data for the entire north to south swath. But here I'm just focusing on the DC area in that particular file. And we can see that NO2 on this particular day for this particular hour, we see enhancements near the Baltimore region and the DC region. But I think it's important to note that these single hour snapshots have more uncertainty than a longer term average. And also there's instrument noise here. So you can still see red dots indicating potentially higher NO2 in areas outside of the urban areas. And this is likely driven partially, if not fully, by some of the instrument noise. So in the next hour, maybe we'll see a low value here and that'll average out. So for many applications, it is important to average over time to get a less noisy snapshot of what we're looking at in any particular metropolitan area. So hopefully this tutorial has been helpful for you. Please let me know if you have any further questions. Thanks.